what they do, y'all. How y'all doing out there? Yeah. So, yeah, we back with another one.
Hello.
You back with another one.
And another one.
And another one.
And another one. I blacked out that
I
fast.
know.
Like,
come back.
What happened? We didn't even start. 5 seconds in.
So, what they do.
All right, y'all. Okay, we go get it together.
Try.
Well, T go get it together.
Jews and aces.
Hello. All right. Y'all see the Jews? Okay.
You didn't give me the aces. You said drop them gems.
Drop them gems.
I like that.
Okay. Drop them gems.
Right.
And I got the Jews.
Right.
Done.
So, shout out aces.
Hello.
I don't got the mud for y'all, but it's all
It's
good.
cool. It's spirit. It's spirit. Miss
Right.
T, go get it together.
Right.
All right. All right.
You good, though.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, we back with another one.
And another one.
And another one.
All right. Another one.
Yeah, and a banger, right?
All
so
right.
this week, we're going to talk about what, T? Tell me.
I think we should give them like a little recap.
Okay.
So just give them like a little recap or how we got here.
So, yeah, we're talking about building a healthy relationship.
Yes.
And T came up with the idea, and then she wanted to open it up with a series.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So we're having different channels. So basically there's a house as well
Okay.
that we are entering into building a healthy relationship.
Right.
So we have been down, in the room of, a mental,
Right.
right?
That was a room for mental.
Right.
Yes.
So we got to know what's going on in the mind.
Gotcha. Starting that foundation first.
Right.
Okay.
Attraction.
Attraction was there. Knowing yourself.
Knowing yourself.
Yes. Very important.
I bet, T.
Very important to know who you are.
Right.
Okay.
What else? Toxic love.
Yes.
And last week, what we did, T. You remember?
Sliding.
Sliding versus deciding.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Hello. Okay.
Because I be sliding into situations.
We all do.
Right?
We all do.
So now I got to learn how to make a decision.
Yes. And we want to share, right?
This information.
This information.
Right.
Gotcha.
So today we're coming with the topic of communication.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And the variables that comes with communicating.
Communication.
What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Gemini Gems, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure. So
you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. I need to learn how to communicate better.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that it's hard for people to communicate? Can we start there?
Yeah.
Why is it hard? Is it hard for you?
No.
No?
Because I like to talk.
Us Geminis, we love to talk.
Think so?
We're social butterflies.
I believe so.
So if people talk to us, we'll talk back. Like, we don't like attention, but if you talk to us, we'll talk back.
Right.
Okay.
So, the question, to answer your question.
All right.
Why not? That's a good question.
You can ask me and I can probably go and then I'll give it back to you.
The only thing that comes to mind
all right
is immaturity.
Okay, immaturity.
Right?
All right.
Or not knowing how to communicate. Meaning you don't know how to talk to an individual. Or the way that you do communicate with the individual may be too rough.
Okay.
Or you take the lesser role. Meaning you only say but the minimum.
Gotcha.
The yes and no.
All right.
I was thinking about it. I'm going to get to it, right? But not really go into detail with communicating.
All right.
What about you?
As far as why people probably don't like to communicate, one thing that came to mind by me asking you that question, I feel that people don't know that they have a voice to communicate.
Gotcha.
I feel that so many people are structured or programmed to probably communicate, but they're not communicating to the person who needs to hear it.
I believe that.
So it's so comfortable for people to go ahead and speak what they're going through to others versus the person who needs to hear it, which is sad. But people probably tend to go to that route. Also, you know, when we talk, it could be different layers and all this. So just for my opinion.
Right.
But I feel that people, again, probably don't know how to have that speaker and listening like technique, right?
Yep.
Meaning they probably want to
just talk, but no listening.
But you're not able to just go on and on and on and on and on. Like, you really have to pause and let's communicate, right? But also you have to give that person who's listening, let them paraphrase from what you're saying, and then go ahead and you could probably resume back to what you're saying.
Okay, so with what you're saying,
okay,
I got a question for you too.
All right.
How can we have conversations?
How can we have conversations?
Or how to have a conversation?
First off, we need to be open about the hurt. It's a hurt behind the whatever we probably the disagreement, whatever the debate might be, right?
Right.
We have to first identify why we need to have this conversation, right? So let's come together. Let's talk about, hey, you know what? This is our concerns, right? Now, after that, you have your concerns. Now we need to brainstorm. We need to go ahead and brainstorm and write things down to how we're able to probably fix it or find that solution, right? And then after that, guess what? We're probably, we got to follow up. We got to do a check-in to see if what we put in, written down, to see how we probably able to fix it. Then, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a follow-up. But I don't think people really sitting down and having these conversations.
Right.
Because you need communication in relationships. You need the communication and honesty in those relationships. And I don't think that a lot of people are sitting down to have that quality time. Everybody on a go. Or you might need 5 people in your freaking area, with you and your spouse or significant other, to where y'all don't never have that alone time. You probably have kids, your work schedules, this and that. So when do you have time? So maybe time is also an excuse that people can bring up and say, well, we just don't have time to talk. Like, we have nothing to talk about. Because a lot of people brush things under the rug.
Yes. And I think the pandemic actually, exploited that, right? They it showed that you had to, from your busy lifestyle, that you had to calm down. You had to go home because it was nothing to do. Everything was shut down.
Everything else was shut down.
Right. So to the store and back to the crib, or to the job and back to the crib.
Right.
And then it showed that what you was hiding from and ducking from or dodging from, you couldn't avoid that. You couldn't elude that no more. So those issues that were brewing, then it was now to the forefront.
Right.
Right. So you couldn't ignore the fact that you didn't like the fact that that person was chewing wrong.
Right.
Eating their food wrong.
Yeah.
Or the way they burp, or whatever
every little
whatever
thing,
it is.
You nitpicking everything.
Yes. And those things you was alluding to, now you cannot. Because you have to sit there. And I think divorce rates went up during the pandemic. More people got divorced because they was living really a lie. They was just doing it for the kids and because of, let's say, financial stability or support or whatever, security.
Gotcha.
I want to use that term.
All right.
So the question was how to have a relationship. And I want to hit on the key point that you made, which is the back and forth. one person in the conversation, one person can't have the conversation by themselves.
Right.
Right. They have to learn how to listen and respond to an individual. So there's a thing called listening, right? As well as verbalizing whatever you got to say. So that means one person has to listen while the other person is voicing their opinion, issues, whatever it may be.
Right.
Then once you say I say 3 sentences, right? I'm gonna just go a little bit deep, right?
Okay.
If you have 3 sentences, maybe an example,
right?
Cut it off.
Yes.
Now go to the other person and let them. But what I've learned over the years, a lot of people like to hear themselves in the argument. And I'm gonna say this, and I know this gonna trouble people, but I feel like women try to make a point when men are thinking logically, right? Okay. So men are just going to say, this is the problem, this is the issue, right? And that's it. Woman going to cut you off and just to make a point. So they always like kind of pick at the different things that you would say in your sentences, but don't let you get it all the way out. Because I've experienced that personally. Okay. Where I have a conversation with a person, and as I'm having it, I will get cut off because the person want to make a point. Right. And I say, listen, you're just trying to make a point. You're not trying to listen to what I have to say. Right. Right. So we can get to the resolution of whatever the issue is. Right. And I think so going back to it, when it's time to have a conversation, you must learn how to communicate when a person is talking, you listen.
Thank you.
And when you're listening, don't say nothing.
Right.
That's what that means.
Right.
Let it go through your ear.
Right.
Build something in the brain.
Right.
And then leave it there until the person is finished, and then you vocalize whatever you were thinking.
But go ahead.
So like you and I, us working together, right?
Okay.
I had to learn how to listen to you, right?
Okay.
So that's why I have all of my notes and you will see me write it down.
Gotcha.
Because I had to learn you have to get your thought out. Other than that, you will lose the purpose of whatever your point.
Gotcha.
Right?
Right.
And if I cut you off, they won't be able to get what you're saying.
All right.
Neither will I.
Right.
Because I'm cutting you off for me to get my point across. That has it could have waited. So what I learned was, let me sit up here and write the stuff down.
I learned the same technique with you too.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You need to have more practicing.
I'm getting there.
I know. So, and then
I'm getting there.
I learned this yesterday.
All right.
So there's this thing called, well, I don't want to say thing. I hate using that word. My coworker get on me about that. But there's a way to communicate.
Okay.
And it's a up level communication. Right? So doing this up level communication, and I'm gonna just give it to you how I received it.
All right.
Don't take it personal.
Gotcha.
Just take it as somebody is giving it to you.
Right.
To put it in. It's just like, I think communication is the kitchen. Right?
Okay.
So you have to, I need this. You have to communicate to yourself. I need this. I need to cut it up this way. I need to put the water on boil right now. You constantly communicating with yourself. Oh, I forgot to put the salt in. Oh, I forgot to put it in the oven at this time. Oh, you constantly communicating.
Gotcha.
And even if you make a mistake, you don't take it personal, right?
Gotcha.
What you do is you fix it.
Right.
And so in communicating, it will be the same thing.
I hear you.
Okay. I got you, T.
I got you.
Because I talked too long.
So, but it's fine. That's what we're here for, right? We're here to talk.
Yeah.
So, what I took from what you just said, right? And I feel that, or the question is, why do people talk when they're angry? Why people don't know how to master, like, you know what? Let's both of us are heated. Both of us are angry. We at our extreme. We're not thinking clearly.
Right.
Right? So let's take some time apart.
Yep.
All right? Get your thoughts together. But when we come back, let's be mature.
Yep.
Let's be, civilized to one another.
Yep.
And let's have the adult conversation.
Adult conversation.
Okay? I feel that what we saying, that hopefully we spread in some, people want to change some habits. And again, the reason why, side note, why we starting this series is because I was like, you know what? We're getting ready for the holidays.
Right.
I feel like families need to stay together.
Yep.
You know what? Get together. Mm-hmm. And then also right after the holidays, you have a new year. Mm-hmm. So it's time to start practicing what we're saying. And again, our opinions, right? Mm-hmm. But we're in the holiday spirit. Mm-hmm. We need these communication. We need these healthy relationships. We need to be aware of our own baggage. And again, not all baggage is, not all baggage is bad baggage, right. But we need to bring these things to the storefront and really make a change. Right. So that was that, right? Go ahead.
Okay. You finished?
I'm finished.
Okay.
Okay.
So the anger part.
Listen,
I concur. All the way with you.
All right.
Definitely separate yourself.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
But make sure you come back to the table to finish the conversation.
You have to. You can't brush it underneath the rug.
Right.
And give yourself whatever the duration is. Whatever the duration that you feel that is needed for that relationship. Hey, 24 hours, 30 minutes. Whatever. Well, I feel like it need to be ASAP though.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It needs to, my opinion, it still need to be ASAP.
Right. I think the 30-minute time you should cool down.
Okay.
Now, with that, you have to be mature.
Right.
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 In these conditions, because what happens is impulse kicks in. Right. And you have to, and this the thing, what I'm learning is a lot of these concepts or the ideas that comes up of how to become better,
right? You
have to practice this.
Yes.
So, like for example, I don't want to be impulsive when I'm in a heated situation,
right?
Because I make a permanent decision off a temporary situation,
right?
Right? Because it's really not that serious. It may be, but it's not.
It's not.
So I'm impulsive at that moment. You know what, Dwayne, calm down.
Gotcha.
Let me go ahead and walk outside. And then in leaving a situation isn't always saying I'm leaving for good. Sometimes it's like leaving a situation to come back to it once I calm down.
Right.
And I think that's something that has to be practiced. As well as just having an open line of communication. There should be terms, if you can think about it. Like, oh, I need let's use a prop. Let's use a gym.
Okay.
If I walk in the house and I'm upset about something, I need that time with my loved one, I drop the gym on them.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Or I use a term, or I come in the house and say, hey, listen, I need some tea time. Okay. Whatever it can be.
Right.
Right. Use those terms to activate the person to let them know
that we need to talk.
Yes.
I like that.
And then
I like that.
As these conversations,
I'm gonna drop a gem on you with that. I never heard nobody do that before. I like that.
But that's what I believe should happen.
Yes.
Because you should always have that open line of communication.
Right.
I've learned this too. Sometimes you have to communicate, and I want us to talk about this.
Okay.
Communicating with a person on their same frequency.
Okay.
So I was talking to a girl, and I could not get to her.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So one of my friends was like, bro, you probably got to talk to her on her level. And I was like, but I don't get that, because I only know to open my mouth and say whatever. But because of the condition that the individual was in, I wasn't able to get to her.
Gotcha.
So what I had to do was test her on social media.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? So I had to, wherever she was always putting herself into detox or whatever, I had to text her on that. And I got a response quicker than a regular
text message.
That's crazy to me. But that's what I had to do. So talking to a person on that same frequency, you have to understand that. That's why the gym idea came up.
Gotcha.
That's why hey, listen, you know, I need that tea time right quick. You get what I'm saying? Like that.
Okay.
So
based off what you just said, right? Because, you know, y'all heard this, I say this plenty of times. If you're not speaking about language, we got nothing to talk about, right? That's a part of communication, right?
Okay.
So listen, what I really mean by that, you kind of gave a perfect example, because I would have done the opposite, right? Meaning, if Miss T, you know, if T like to text, I'm old school, all right? Guess what? If I like to text, not to say I'm expecting you to, but if that's my way of communicating, for me, I'm not going to try to get to that other person level on how they receive their communication, because in my head, aren't you on the same device for the DMs, for whatever these freaking pronouns and all this foolishness called out here? I'm Miss T trying to learn, ain't learning, but the DMs, right? But it's still on your phone, right? So you have to go through an app to go to these messages, right? Because I still didn't figure this shit out yet. So it be like, oh, your unread messages, I don't care for it. But if you text me on my phone, guess what? I will respond back.
Right.
So I kind of will be the opposite of you, what you just said, because if we're not speaking the same language, to me, the red flag is we probably don't have the same common interests. So I'm looking for people or that person that have the same common interest in me and the way I communicate, versus me trying to adjust to whoever. I cannot do that.
I feel you. Now, I feel like this with that situation, or with anyone's situation,
right?
You'll communicate on their frequency as much as you like them, or as much as you're interested in them.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So if you're interested in a person, let's say you was in high school and the person was always on, let's say, MySpace, right? And even though you are the communicative type, right, to verbal, like, talk, I need you to talk to me, right?
I need you to talk to me face to face first.
Right. But this person, you know that they may be shy or whatever, not giving no excuses, right?
I'm listening.
But I'm just saying, you're in high school with the individual and they may not know how to communicate very well. So then you have to communicate with them. Like, what you would do is, like, send them a text on IG.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not on IG, but MySpace. If we was in school.
Okay.
Right? So you just hit them up, and then it grows from texting, basically.
Okay.
Into actually talking.
Okay.
Right?
I'm listening.
Then I want to even take it this far back. Back in Roman times, let's say, or just back in endless times.
Endless times. You going back that far to where they used to write letters?
Exactly.
And then had to send it off on them ships and the cruises across the water to go
through the ravens and stuff like that.
How long it took?
But let's say but these are ways to communicate as well, right?
Right.
So you can never take it away from no one.
Gotcha.
But just to get to my point.
All right.
So there's a way to start a conversation, and there's a way to grow from that start point, right?
Okay.
And then you grow to the point of, like, actually meeting face to face. So, okay, I'm gonna take it to elementary school. You wouldn't say nothing to the girl, right? But you would send a letter.
Oh, you remember the yes, maybe, or no?
Do you like me? Yes or no?
Right.
The box, right?
Right.
And then you'll check it off.
Right.
So that will grow. Like, I received one when I was in middle school.
Okay.
So I didn't even know, but she was shy to say something to me.
All right.
I didn't know she was interested in me,
Okay.
I talked to her. Like, I sent her back the letter. I gave it back to her.
Right.
And I said, yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Right.
I mean,
I like that.
Right. So then from there, when I saw her in the hallway, I was like, so you like me?
Oh.
You know, and we grew from there.
Right.
Now, as we're getting older, right, we should know how to Stop being a little kid.
Right.
Right.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
And grow into, but these are the different frequencies. So I feel like we should be mature enough to have a conversation, or we should get over our fear. Right? To have a conversation with somebody. Oh, I'm afraid to talk to them because I don't think they going to understand what I'm saying. All those excuses are immature excuses.
Oh, I got to tell y'all a scenario that you sparked.
Okay.
But to give you a scenario, what happened to me, right? I don't know if I said this, but it kind of sparked what something personally happened to me when it came to communication. So I am out at this public establishment, right? To a gentleman that it was past history, really nothing major, but hey, T single, you know, you kind of step back and catch up with old friends, right?
Right.
But we're in the same building. And now I'm able to look at you, right?
Right.
And again, this goes back to, if you can't even speak my language, we have nothing to talk about, right? But back to this communication. I have a pet, listen, this is a pet peeve of mine, okay? Why are you testing me? Why are you texting me and I'm looking at you? I get it. Maybe you on that whole shit. It is what it is. Maybe you still try to be a pimp. Maybe you got a woman at home and you don't want whoever in the public to know you know me. Okay? But again, communication, it's okay to open your mouth and say, well, hello.
Right.
You know, but you get upset because I won't engage in a conversation with you if you're texting me and we're sitting at the same table. So guess what? If you're not speaking my language, you know what I did? Cut them loose.
I feel you.
Just like that. Even if I wanted to play a game with you, but if you couldn't even speak my language, if you couldn't even entertain me face to face, but you want me to text you and I'm looking at you, I'm like, oh, T, you gotta level up. So for me, I'm learning to level up. And what that level up is communication. The hell with texting. I'm a face-to-face reality person. And then if you can't even do that, you ain't speaking my language or the communication I'm doing, guess what? You gotta go. That's all I wanted to add.
Okay. So that's just one-sided.
One-sided.
Right?
One-sided.
So what if that person just wanted to play a game? He wanted to start a game.
It wasn't no game because I know he had peoples at home.
But I'm asking a question.
What's the question?
So what if the person was playing a game?
Okay, what if a person was playing a game? Okay.
What if they were sitting at the table and they'd rather touch you?
Okay.
Then what then?
You need to tell me. You got to tell me. You got to freaking tell me that, hey, let's play. Like, I know we good with it. Tell me. So I can be like, oh, okay, let me get into character with this foolishness.
But when you want to do it, it's not foolishness. Right. When you want to play the game, T, it's no foolishness. Drop a gem for me.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Why you got to put me on the spot like that?
My bad, T. My bad. Let me come back. It's my fault. I got to come back. I got to come back. So.
You on my side. Right? The hell? You on my side, G?
But you want to play the games. It's okay.
The hell with that. I ain't want to play that game.
Yeah, because you ain't in the mood, but what if he is? Communication. And it's back to that. That's the point of bringing up what I just said.
Okay.
Because, and that's why I say communicating on the same frequency.
Right.
So what if you don't want to play, but he wants to play? Or what if the person wants to talk about it, but the other person don't want to talk about it?
You have to talk about it.
I love that.
You have to.
I love that.
It's a need.
And
so we're back on the real.
Oh yeah,
real conversation.
Oh
now.
yeah,
we're not talking about the plan with the scenario.
That's why I brought it out.
Okay, cool.
That's why I brought it out.
Right. Gotcha.
What if you don't want to? Because I knew how you was gonna respond.
Okay.
So what if the question is, what if you don't want to talk about it, but he doesn't want to talk about it?
So both parties need to understand that we need to have the talk. So it's no more being quiet. It's no more brushing things under the rug. It's about communication and honesty. Okay? So we're adults. We're grown. All right? I'm not grown yet, but I'm grown. It's levels to that. I learned it from Taraji. She was like, I'm grown. I was like, she grown. Okay. I was like, oh, Terry, you ain't grown. But you have to have those conversations. Why are we so immature that we can't speak, but we can open our legs to each other?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I can give you the good, but I can't tell you how I feel before you get offended. So guess what? That's where that fuck your feelings come in. Excuse my language. Yeah. Because I had to grow the balls to really voice what I have to say. Because I care so much about so many people's feelings before mine. So when I say F your feelings, it's not in a bad way. It's to give me the confidence for me to say, you know what? F your feelings, say it. So when I say F your feelings, boom, I'm about to say it. Because trust me, it wasn't easy for me to say it, but it gets me through my day for me to say what I need to say. Maybe sometimes that F that come, it gets me in trouble. I had to breathe. It gets me in trouble, but I still felt like I still won. Right. A spades tape, like you still won. Yeah. But F your feelings. Right. I need to say what I need to say.
So it goes to the point of having adult conversations.
Yes.
And immaturity with let's say a child with the parent, they cannot communicate on the same frequency. You get what I'm saying? So then the mom or the dad will have to dumb it down for the child to understand. But then there's a point where, even in that, there's a cutoff. The parent doesn't talk to the child like the child is their friend. Right? You talk to a child as they are a child. Right. So when it comes down to, just to bring it full circle, when it comes down to how you're not able to communicate on the same frequency because of the immaturity level, adult and the immature young adult, let's say, then I agree with your concept. Cut it off. Or just let them know, hey, listen, I'm a straight up person. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just let it flow. I'm going to let it happen. And then from there, either we go into having a great relationship, right, or we just go the opposite direction.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with the concept of the feeling thing that you have.
So you just gave me this other vision, right?
Okay. So
I'm sorry that I keep stirring you left and right, all this crazy foolishness.
No, because that's what communication does,
yeah. Right? So these iPhones got this app. It lets you know how much time you use on your phone and where you utilize that time, right? So I had a student. She said her phone shows her 18 hours. I said 18 hours doing what?
Social media.
I was like, that's a lot of timing on the phone, whatever the term I'm trying to get at. But why people not able to put their phones down?
Listen.
And have the communication. You need to, the habits that we're speaking about, people need to kind of stop. Okay, so in order to get different results, you have to do different things.
Facts.
Okay, and so for me, I'm old school. I'm just this old school spirit that I don't care about what's in that phone other than, family, friends, whatever, something small. But guess what? Face to face, or maybe talk or schedule something. Like, why do people, is it that serious?
Yes, to them. Because they consume their lives with social media. They consume their lives to be in their phone.
Is communications equals to that?
Well, that's their level of communication. That's why I say on the frequency. Because there's different forms of way of communicating. It's nonverbal, verbal, as well as visual. Okay. So some people, the nonverbal way would be to write.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
All right.
So some people, but the thing is, the phone is the distraction, because it's not like you have 18 hours of texting. You're 18 hours in your phone doing something else other than communicating. You can be in your phone just on IG strolling up. You can be on your phone in TikTok. You get what I'm saying? On just watching videos, maybe on Facebook, reading people different posts. But that's just really you into your own world.
I wish we had like doctors or specialists, because I have another question.
Yep.
And the other question is, God darn it, I should have wrote it down while you was talking.
Okay.
But it was the point I'm trying to make is our brain cells decreasing more as we're mute and we're looking at this device, whatever hours you just said, spent on the device, like what's happening to our bodies versus us really communicating, expressing, you seeing my body language. Like what is happening to our bodies with this freaking phone?
Yeah. So your brain cells are decreasing. Actually, we're becoming like United States is like dumbing down far as educational wise. We're like dropping low. Our comprehension has dumbed down. Even the way we write, we don't even know how to spell. Back then, we don't know how to add, subtract like how they did back then. You get what I'm saying? So as far as our education, educational viewpoints,
right,
that we were strong in back in the day, those attributes are no longer with us because this has slowed us down.
Okay.
And yeah, you can give people a lot of knowledge, but that doesn't mean they're receiving the knowledge. They're not looking up current events. They're reading current statuses.
Okay.
So if I have a bad day and I express it on IG or express it on, let's say, Facebook, right? Or Twitter, that's all they're reading. But they're not reading how to get out of stress.
Okay.
They're not reading how to develop a skill to become better. To the point they put out free educational videos online and we're still dumb.
Yeah.
We're
That's sad.
We're behind.
We're behind.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So putting down the phone is very important. And yes, we are decreasing our attention span. Think about it. Back in the day, how many numbers you remember?
How many numbers I remember?
Telephone numbers. Remember?
I remembered a lot.
You remember over 20.
I remember a lot of cell phone
I know.
numbers. Yeah.
The average person probably remembered between 10 to 15 numbers off rip.
Okay. Right.
Now,
right.
They can remember 2.
Right. Ooh. Yeah. We're spoiled.
So that lets you know what technology does right there. Until we put it down,
yes,
and start focusing on what is more important, then we will get somewhere.
I want to say the CEO of Apple, listen, I should know his name. Guess what? Don't know his name because I just don't know. Okay? Listen, Miss T don't know everything, but whoever he is, right? We all know who he is. Y'all go ahead and say it. Oh, there you go. What's his name?
Don't know.
All right. Don't know. Right. He said even his own teenager, I think he had a son, maybe plural kids, right? They didn't even have the device.
Yep.
He said because he was like, no. He said they don't even have this phone. So when I saw that article and I heard them words come out of his mouth, I told my daughter, this is before she got an iPhone, I said, why the hell do you think you need an iPhone? If the creator is telling us his own kids don't even have the freaking iPhone, why are you over here in tears wanting this iPhone? And this was years ago. Go ahead.
Because most of us, I'm just share my opinion. Most that I say is just my opinion.
All of our opinions.
Right?
Our opinions. Okay.
But some stuff I do come into the knowledge of.
Okay.
Just because.
Right.
Like just searching or whatever.
Gotcha.
But the reason why it's so important because we are followers. We're made to follow.
We need more leaders. Remember that episode we did on leadership?
Yes.
We getting back there, but we just getting this out the way because I feel like what we're saying in these series is also important. Right? But listen, y'all go back and listen to leadership because we need more leaders. So if you tuning in with us, guess what? We love y'all. We appreciate it, but it's time for a change. And I'm just like, again, it takes one person and growth is optional. So I'm tired of hearing people going through the same foolishness, whatever I don't want to say the word foolishness. You got your word thing. My word is foolishness. Help a sister out. What were with your situation?
Yes.
Let me please say that. With your situation, okay? Guess
I was
what?
following you.
But I didn't mean to say the word foolishness. But people go through the same situation, but you don't want to grow.
Right.
So it's like when is enough?
It would never be enough.
It would never, because again, I hell, even what's his name? The guy from 103.5 to be Charlemagne, right? He always say the negative will always win.
Yep.
I hear that, but when can we reverse that? I don't want to say it would never be never, but if I'm gonna be an advocate or something, it will be really for more positivity, more movement,
right?
And that's one. Like,
but the only way is practicing.
Oh yeah, man in the mirror. I'm practicing first with me,
right?
And I honestly feel that by me being who I am, it's a trend going on, especially with the people I see either daily or weekly or whoever I just come across in my life. It's a trend, and I'm just like, yes, it's working because I feel that people need to see an example. I feel that people are tired of lies. People are tired of the fakeness. People are tired of the negativity. But, you know,
they don't have an example.
Right. Not to say I'm perfect, because hell no, I ain't perfect. Right. But it's just what I'm walking into, like real talk in my life, from my testimony, my shoes. I'll be the example, especially for my 2 kids.
Right.
Okay.
So continuing with the communication, there's other ways as far as body language.
Okay.
Making gestures. We need to be active listeners. And those are things I think we need to focus on. Right. When a person is talking to us, one way to make sure that you show that you are receiving what they're saying is eye communication. Eye contact.
Gotcha.
Eye communication.
Hey, eye communication. Is that a word?
No, that's not even a...
Yes, it is. Look into my eyes.
Go ahead, tell them, T.
Look into my eyes.
Tell them, T.
I know your thoughts. Just blink once. If I'm correct, you know.
So eye communication.
I know it's gonna be stuck in your head. Listen.
So eye contact is one way
right.
to show that you're able to receive. You're showing this individual that you're. So putting the phone down is very important.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Making sure other things are not grabbing your attention.
Right.
So you need to basically isolate or focus in, right, on the individual and what they're saying.
Gotcha.
Give them your full attention.
Right.
Also, body language. Don't be shrugging your shoulders, putting down your head as they're talking to you. Learn how to keep a great posture. Right. Right. Also, gestures with the face. I saw this. You can frown up your face. You can start having red eyes, steam blowing out your ears, all that cartoon stuff.
But you adding those wrinkles to your face.
Yeah. But sit up there and learn. And these are things, these are, let's say, ways that you should, no, said that wrong. So these are things that you should practice.
All right.
Right? Okay. These gestures, these elements.
Right.
You should be able to practice those things.
Right.
And the way that you practice it is when you have the conversation.
Yes.
So the next conversation that you're going to have, practice a good posture.
Okay.
Tell yourself first that you're going to try to do this and then do it.
Right.
You know, practicing. And this is what I learned. 2 words for this year for me.
Okay.
Was fear and practice. You want to become better at anything, consistency and practice.
Hello.
Right?
I'm gonna go ahead and drop them gems on you. I love it. I love it. Especially that body language. I don't think people understand that the body language gives us more higher percentage, if I'm not mistaken, than any other communication ways.
Wow.
You understand? And I want to say that is facts. Again, I wish we had a specialist on this. But again, you know my opinion. But I feel
there's some information you probably came across.
I did come across.
Don't take away from that.
Okay, don't take away from
it.
Okay, so it was this pie chart, right? And it was. Body language was like 55 plus more percent. And I was like, what? Everything else 7%, 8%. But that body language. So I was like, that's why you like face to face, because you could tell somebody is real or not.
Yes.
By their body language.
Yes.
And you can't even, like you said, that eye contact. Why you looking up? Why you looking down? Why you looking to the left? Why you looking to the right?
Right.
Like you trying to think like, no, talk to me.
Right.
Because I'm going to look at you dead in your eyes.
That's why I believe in turning off the TV, sitting at the table, and having a conversation.
I love it.
Right.
Can we get him a test? Like, can we like tell him, like, give him a test to do, a practice before Thanksgiving?
So yeah.
Okay.
You could have told him this, T.
I like how you explain things more than I do. You just perfect at that. I just give you the idea.
No, you are great at it as well, but you gotta practice.
I gotta practice it.
Right.
All right.
So go ahead and show him, T. That's how you practice. I threw that at you.
Oh.
So that's how you do it.
Okay.
Right? That's so when the obstacle come, don't allude, right, to go elsewhere with it.
Right.
Try it.
Right.
And I think when you try it from when it comes at you, then you get better over time.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
And then you won't be afraid of it.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So what I would advise is to, like, again, that you want to have a conversation with your mate. So let's say, let's start at the beginning of the day.
Okay.
You wake up.
You wake up.
Get up out of bed.
All right.
Go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
But before I go to the bathroom, start out with communication with your loved one.
Okay.
Right.
Especially if they live together.
Right.
Because everyone doesn't live together.
Right.
Okay.
So communicate.
All right.
First thing.
All right.
Wake up. Thank God. Thank God for waking up this morning.
Gotcha.
Next person. My mate.
Okay.
Or the child. Or whomever.
Right.
Hey, good morning. Put your phone down.
Right.
Continue doing what you do in the morning.
Yes.
Brush your teeth, whatever.
Right.
I want to go to the ones that's in the bed with each other. That's cohabitating.
All right.
Hey, good morning. How you doing? How you rest? Oh, man. What about you? Did you have any dreams? Right?
Aw.
Okay. Now, let's say y'all hit a bump right there. Oh, you took all the sheets and all of that stuff, right? Because really, sometimes you'll wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
Right.
That's where you get the phrase from.
Right.
So we're going to start as well, add on to it.
Okay.
Right. So now you're sitting up there, you're upset, blah, 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 blah. Y'all back and forth. Now you over there brushing your teeth till your gums bleeding. Your mouth bleeding.
Are you still mad?
You still mad, right? Then you go downstairs. She go downstairs and she make the coffee.
Okay.
But then she give you half a cup, whatever. Now you upset. So this is what you do when y'all leave from each other.
Okay.
Send her a text.
Oh, still say you love her?
No. Send him a text.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Say, hey, listen, from now on, when I have a problem and an issue with you, I'm going to give you a pen to let you know I need to talk to you. I want nothing else distracting you. We need to talk. Bomb.
There you go.
You send that text. All right. So in his mind and her mind, they know they got to communicate.
They have to.
Right.
It's a need.
So now they come home from work.
Right.
Because everybody got the positive. Right. Everybody know what to do when the positive is coming.
Right.
It's happening.
I got
but we don't know what to do when the negative is in front of us.
I love this.
So then you come home.
Right.
Make sure you got that pen in your hand.
Because it's time to talk.
It's time to talk.
It was hours throughout the day.
Right.
That you should have cooled off.
Facts.
Get the kids situated, fix dinner, still hug kids, how your day going, but you still need to have the talk.
So I like that.
All right.
Come home.
Yes.
Make sure everything's straight. Y'all still.
Yep.
And then even there after you text them about the pen, you say, hey, I love you.
Exactly.
Have a great day.
Yes. Still be positive.
End it on a positive note.
Yes. Right.
Because I want to show you what you can do.
Gotcha.
Right. So now you come home, like you said, T, make sure that thing's straight.
Everything.
Right. You give a kiss, pat on the butt. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all go y'all way.
Yes.
Now the woman is going to bring the pen to the guy. He's going to be watching TV. His favorite team is playing.
You think that's fair for her to bring it during the game? Or she gonna bring it during halftime.
Again, this is what happens with people.
Oh, I'm very fair.
Right, but most people are not.
Oh, okay.
They can see you doing something good.
Right.
Right, or do something that you want to do, and they'll try to cut it off.
Negative.
To try to mess up your peace, right?
That's messed up.
But it's a way to handle everything.
Yes, it is.
And I got something for that.
Okay.
So she comes to you doing your favorite game, whoever favorite team playing. They come, they give you the pen. She gives you the pen.
Okay.
Hey, come here. Take this pen back. Take it back. We're going to talk later because I'm watching the game.
Now she's probably going to get offended.
No.
No?
Because she brought him the pen. Now he should bring back the pen to her and let her know I'm willing to talk. This is the communication.
Oh,
so I'm willing to talk to you, but not right now.
Will she get upset if it's
if
not
she
right
does,
now?
If she does, what she needs to do is take this pen and start going to write.
Okay.
All the feelings and all that stuff that how she feels.
Get it ready.
Right.
Okay.
So now he knows that she's gonna come back. Man already knows.
Okay.
So now she comes back. The game is over with.
The game is over with.
It's halftime.
Okay.
No, I don't want to go at halftime.
No halftime?
No.
Okay.
Because then something that's when they're gonna be fighting. I want to watch the rest of the game. And I'm just going off the whim.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying?
I got you. Realistically,
but at some point, like I say for the guy, the fourth quarter, I understand that may be important. So between the halftime and the end of the third quarter, go and give her a little something.
All right.
For us to start the conversation.
Okay.
Say, hey, listen, put the pen back on the table, whatever agreement y'all have, because it may not be the pen, it may be the gem, it may be the word.
Whatever the object, they figure it out on their end.
Right. And whatever that may be, what they can do is, now, hey, listen, this the end for now. We're going to settle it right now. We're going to come back to it later. Let me finish watching the game. Right? Now, what she can do is she can take the pen and now she can definitely start more writing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't go to Facebook.
Thank you.
Don't go to IG.
Right.
Don't go to your friends.
Right.
Right?
Go to your spouse.
Wait till y'all write in diaries. So y'all good at writing. So why not go ahead and express yourself?
Oh, why? I think couples should share a diary together.
I don't disagree.
Oh my goodness.
I don't disagree. So at the end, so I want to finish this one.
Okay.
And then I'll let you do the diary thing. Okay. Right? So at the end of the quarter, now they finish the conversation.
Right.
Now she is speaking. He's listening. She be quiet. He speaks. She listens.
Right.
Then you only go so far in the conversation when it needs to end.
Right.
Right. So I give it just about like 30-minute conversation.
Okay.
We should have a 30-minute conversation and that's it.
Okay.
Because by that time we should be done said everything that was on our chest.
Okay.
And now we should be laughing about something by the end of the night.
All right.
Or it should, well, I don't want to say lead to the bedroom, but if it does, it
should.
Does. No, I'm saying because, some people feel like, oh, I'm not going to have, sex because I was just upset.
I was just upset.
But that's why you should end it on a positive note.
Yes, turn that negative into a positive.
Right.
That's what I'm on.
Right.
So going to the diary. Okay. So going to the journal, right?
Yep.
Because I'm going to use this in the future when I need it. I ain't gonna say if, but when I need it, right? So my thing will be, say if a couple have a diary together. So the left page could be his, right page could be hers, whatever. The left could be mine, right, whatever, right? So when we need to have that discussion or we might be angry, I'm gonna go to that diary and I'm gonna write on my side of the page. And I'm gonna make sure I leave it open with the pen, and that way, you know what? We'll already have all of the rules, meaning if we have a problem that day, we're going to resolve it that day. So I'm going to leave the book open. After I write, whoever want to go first, I'm going to place it down, walk away. You write whatever you need to write, and then we'll come and discuss it together. I like that.
I like that.
God dang it, I'm going to try this.
Yeah, try it. But understand that the woman is going to have a lot to write down.
No, like how you said, you put a duration, you put a stamp on 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you can put on your side of the page.
For how many minutes?
I don't think I'm going to put a stamp on the timing.
That's why I said what I said.
I'm going to write what the heck we finna talk about.
But that's what I'm saying.
But I don't think it should be no time restriction on our conversation.
The page is going to run out.
No.
So then you going to go to the other right?
No.
Okay.
The rule is write what you have to say only on your one side of the page.
Right. I get that.
That is it.
But I'm saying for that conversation, I'm just going here.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Because I feel the way I feel.
Okay.
Because women, you're going to take up his side of the page too.
That is not the agreement.
I understand that,
okay.
T. I understand that.
Okay.
But still, you give us, she see that extra sheet over here? She writing on it.
Ladies, you can't touch it. That's not your side of the goddamn.
Because she gonna run out of space. Oh man, I got this to say. I'm got that.
You know
to
what
say.
advice I'm gonna have? Listen, you better write small. You better put abbreviations. You better write in that corner. You better write everywhere.
Right.
To be fair, you cannot pass your page.
Right.
That is it.
And with the guys, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be short.
It will always be short.
I believe that.
It will be.
Now the thing is, are we hitting to the key points? Because that book is to spark it up, right? To activate the conversation.
Right.
And always go back to the point.
Okay.
Right?
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we teach our kids this, right? It's called WW8. If I'm not mistaken, WW8, right? So basically W stands for like when, and then the other W is like what or where, and then the A is like how that affected your feelings.
Okay.
You get it? So it should be like a dialogue on how you're able to express it, so that way you don't have to use or you feel like you need more pages to get what you're saying. It's just tell me what happened, tell me when it happened, tell me where it happened, tell me how it affected you, and then we could just probably start there.
Right.
Okay, I get what you were saying.
So make sure you just hit the key points.
Yes.
And
go straight to the key points.
Right.
All right.
And then give your examples afterwards.
I got you.
To stay on that topic.
Right.
Of the whatever the argument can be. Now,
gotcha.
The book or the pen isn't just subject to arguments.
Gotcha.
It just can be something y'all do as a thing. So when you go out in public, you pull out that pen top, put it on the table and say, boy, I got an idea, or I got a thought, I got something.
Right.
But you have something that's unique within your relationship. That's why I came up with it as well.
Right.
It has to be unique.
Yes.
Now you can use the red pen top. You can start being more creative.
Yes.
And I think that's what we're streaming away from, being creative within our dynamic.
Right.
I think we just learn how to watch creation being created, right? So movies or anything that entertains our eyes, but then we lose the ability to actually do it on our own, or think we don't have the ability to do it on our own, and we do.
Right.
And I believe with the communication, this is how you can start being creative, because everyone isn't going to communicate like another couple, but there's a way to still do it your own way.
Exactly.
You just have to find it out.
They have to find it out.
So I thought about this. Men, let's say if you're dealing with a guy, but he doesn't have a lot of words, that maybe it's hard for him to express himself using
vocally.
Words. Right.
Right. Okay,
so
got you.
Sometimes you just have to be patient with that guy.
Okay.
And I believe that guy should have the kahunas, right? To, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to
say it.
Right. And regardless of how it's coming out, I'm going to just say it.
Say it. Have the courage to say it.
Right.
Okay.
So I believe that, with guys, there's a fear that we have to overcome with opening our mouth.
Gotcha.
And we should be able to vocalize ourselves in a relationship. And we should be listened to. Right.
Right.
So don't just hear what we're saying, but listen to what we're saying.
Right.
And don't disregard it. Because if you want to have a healthy relationship, you have to do what it takes to have that healthy relationship.
Exactly.
And if that's being patient and listening to the person that you're with, that's what it takes.
That's what it takes.
Hey, you're not hearing me out. Okay. When a person say key words, like you're not hearing me out, you're ignoring me. This is when you take out the time to say, you know what? I'm not going to ignore you. What are you really saying? Tell me, I'm listening.
Right.
And listen with the ear to do something afterwards.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yes.
don't just limit yourself just to listen and be like, okay, I heard you. And when I do it, that's when it's going to get done. No, when you hear it, you should start it right then and there.
So I'm taking it left before we wrap it up, right?
Okay.
So Thanksgiving is coming up, right?
Right.
I feel like we all should challenge ourselves. Meaning, when you come, to the family event, wherever you at, everyone put their phone in a basket.
I agree.
Let's really test each other out. Let's really make a change. It's cool to take your pictures, whatever, but you have to enjoy the family time, enjoy the memories, create those memories, have those conversations. Where you been? What you been up to? The hell would you, when I posted that on social media, I don't look at Facebook for me to know how your day going. Okay? I am here in your space. Talk to me. That's the only way I communicate. I don't know how your life been because you posted your life on social media. Everyone is not looking at that format, that platform for me to keep up what you got going on in your personal life.
Facts.
All right. So this Thanksgiving, let me tone it back down. Right. So this Thanksgiving, let's challenge ourselves. Somebody come with the basket. As soon as you come in, hey, drop your phone.
Right.
What is this? Drop your phone. Okay, so we all here, family together. Who else should you be looking out, texting? Because, Thanksgiving, you should be with your loved ones. Everyone should be under the same roof. And you know what? If not, but still, whoever is in your space at that moment, give them your undivided attention and have communication.
And I agree. And I believe that should be a challenge for all holidays with family and friends, that you should be able to put down the phone. Now, you know what you made me think about?
Okay.
If they're in their phone, that means they're not interested.
They're not interested in what's happening in their surroundings.
And I believe that.
Yes.
If I'm with somebody and I'm sitting on the couch with them and they grab their phone,
right,
I believe they're not interested in it.
I agree. Something else is captivating their thoughts and interest.
It's not like I went to the bathroom,
right,
or went outside or took off, but I'm sitting next to you. Yep. And the first thing you want to do is grab your phone.
Right.
Regardless if it's a text or a call.
Right.
You could. I understand.
I get it.
But
too.
if it's just to sit on the phone to see what somebody else is doing, I believe now you're not interested in the relationship that you are in unless you're doing something.
This is a side note. Why are most people interested in other people's shenanigans, especially if they are a celebrity, especially if they are a Instagram model, if that is an occupation or whatever? Why are people so engaged with other people they would never probably meet? Versus you probably have grandparents that are still living. Versus you might have your own parents that are still living. And if your grandparents or your parents are still breathing, that's a blessing.
Yes.
Because one day we all going to die.
Right.
So why we don't utilize our time to communicate, to get more knowledge, more wisdom, more positivity, and more reality,
right,
versus we're drawn into the negativity, which I'm not about. So it's just, let's make a change. Let's make a difference. And again, the holidays are coming up. So when are we going to put the phones down? And when we're going to actually implement all of the series that we are starting, because this is a time of family. This is a time of love. This is a time for God. This is a time of giving. This is a time for just being kind to one another. This is a time to respect one another. And you need to do that by your body language. You need to do that by having that eye contact. We need to do this by having conversations and communicating. So when we go do all that?
So to answer your question, self-value. They don't have their own self-worth. So they look for value through other people to validate them or validate their situation.
Oh, that's boring.
Right. But most people think that way. But they don't know they're thinking that way. When you constantly, just my opinion, but when you constantly go to, I say, social media, you're not looking for inspiration. You're looking for validation. You're looking to, because you compare yourself to someone else's life, right? Oh, I'm doing better than her. You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't even look with, they still going through with their boyfriend. They still going through with this, that, and the third. You get what I'm saying? That's why I believe social media builds a false reality.
Yeah.
To make you plant a certain idea in your brain, but that's not really their reality. They can be sad. Some people, yes, they're going to be happy. They're going to be like living it up. Right. But then that's not majority of all people. Right. Others are just sitting there and they're miserable, but they're trying to make themselves happy. So always looking for validation from other people, looking for approval, looking for, let's say, just to be nosy. Some people are just nosy people, always want to find out what other people are doing. Then you need to be Channel 7. You get what I'm saying? Or work for the FBI. You get what I'm saying? So that you can exercise those talents. Right. You get what I'm saying? Gotcha. But I believe in that they're looking for not self-validation, but they have no self-value. So they have to find it through someone else. You get what I'm saying? And then again, they may not be happy with their own situation. So they have to constantly, or they are not interesting people themselves.
So it's a lot of homework everybody has to do.
Yeah.
I hope everyone is getting,
because when I go on there, I really go on there to search. Okay. And like do a research. Right. Like what are people into now because of what our dynamic is. Yes. Being on social media and stuff like that. So I'm constantly trying to study. Yes. And then I because I like to have conversations, so you have to stay in tune. Right. 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 But there's a time where that stuff is cut off. Yeah. Some days I mess around and don't even, I didn't even look at social media today. Right. Because my day just was caught up into whatever I was doing. Right. And I like that.
So I like with the fact that you just said, and it kind of helped me to figure out why the heck I'm not on social media the way I used to. And I don't even think even back then I was on there.
You was on there all the time.
Okay, so I was on there all the time, right? But hey, them things you level up. To me, I level up, right? But because again, how you told me the vision I had about social media is like a directory. Yeah. Okay, so it is a directory to where, people do hairdos, all the networking. Yes. Right? So cool. I get it. I love it for that. But since we're on communication, right? Y'all just put the phone down.
Right.
Just put the phone down. Enjoy each other's time. Enjoy each other's present. Get to know one another. Catch up with your family, your friends, and let's get into the holiday spirit and just put the phone down. Let's have some adult conversations. Speak with your kids. Speak with your neighbors. It's a lot of people talking, and I want to go ahead and challenge this. Say another challenge. It's a lot of challenges we're doing because you just kind of sparked something in my head. If you're so busy in your day and you're so productive during your day, that should be a reason where your phone should be down. Right. So by what you gave me an example, if people are really spending that much time, hours, irrelevant time in their phone, to me, my opinion, you have nothing going for yourself. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So how you can turn that not having much going on for yourself into something positive is get paid to do it.
Hello.
Why not?
Why not? It's a lot of companies. I'm not sure who they are, but it's a lot of companies. I think nowadays, hell, you can even put the sticker on your car, like their logo, and base how many mileage you probably driven or done, they'll send you a check. It's ways to make money. So if that's your talent, figure it out, invest in it, and make money off of it versus deteriorating your brain, you wasting your time, you building somebody else, whatever they got going on, who you probably would never meet, but you just sitting there wasting your time. But you could be probably communicating and also network.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Okay.
So as we conclude, there are several ways of variables or of having a conversation or communicating. Right. So as we clean up the kitchen.
Ooh, you better wash them dishes.
Right.
Clean out that cabinet.
So we can get it right. So we can have a good meal, sit down at the table and have a great conversation.
Right. Get ready for the holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. Nothing but blessings across the world.
Right.
Hey, shout out to Germany. Okay. Listen, before we close, DP was like, did you see our stats? I was like, no. What are you talking about? And I looked, I was like, you know what? I need to shout out to Germany.
Thank you.
And this is a special shout out
Yes.
because I was like, people are listening across the country.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And we want to tell y'all, thank y'all. We want to say everyone right now. We want to say happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Get ready to cook, get ready to bake with your family, with your kids.
Create those memorable moments.
Create those memories. If you want to bake some cookies for your neighbors or anybody, get in the spirit of giving.
Yes.
Let's turn these negatives into positives. That's what we on.
Yep.
All right now.
So there's ways.
Okay.
Non-verbal, verbal,
yes,
visual.
Yes.
So find out what frequency you are on.
Yes.
Let's try to elevate. Right. As we motivate. For people to learn how to communicate.
Yes.
All right. So I'm your boy DP. This is my girl T.
Hello.
And we Gemini Gemz.
Yes.
That's Geminis with the S. That's Gems with the Z. And what we do, T?
Hey, yo, we dropped them gems.
We dropped them gems.
All right now.
Y'all take care.
Okay.